What's up, everybody, and welcome to Read the Bible with me. I'm Stan Jr., and today we're looking at chapter 21 of the book of 2 Samuel. If you're new here, go ahead and click subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell. If you are a Bible Club member, thank you so much for supporting this ministry and allowing us to send Bibles and missionaries to the mission field each month with your donation. I'm grateful for it, and I'm thankful for all that you do. So if you are a Bible Club member, click like on this video and leave a comment below so that we can know who is here today. Alright, so let's get started with chapter 21, verse 1. It says, "Now there was a famine in the days of David for 3 years, year after year. And David sought the face of the Lord." So David's getting back on track here. He's seeking God as soon as the issue occurs. That's a lesson to us. We need to seek the Lord as soon as a storm happens or the famine comes in our life. And the Lord said, "There is blood guilt on Saul and his house, because he put the Gibeonites to death." So the king called to the Gibeonites and spoke to them. Now the Gibeonites were, not of the people of Israel, but the remnant of the Amorites. Although the people of Israel had sworn to spare them, Saul had sought to strike them down in his zeal for the people of Israel and Judah. And David said to the Gibeonites, "What shall I do for you? And how shall I make atonement that you may bless the heritage of the Lord?" And the Gibeonites said to him, "It is not a matter of silver and gold between us and Saul or his house, neither is it for us to put any man to death in Israel." And he said, "What do you say that I shall do for you?" They said to the king, "The man who consumed us and planned to destroy us, so that we should have no place in all the territory of Israel, let 7 of his sons be given to us, so that we may hang them before the Lord at Gibeah of Saul, the chosen of the Lord." And the king said, "I will give them." But the king spared Mephibosheth, the son of Saul's son, Jonathan, because of the oath of the Lord that was between them, between David and Jonathan, the son of Saul. The king took the 2 sons of Rizpah, the daughter of Ai, whom she bore to Saul, Armona and Mephibosheth, and the 5 sons of Merab, the daughter of Saul, who she bore to Edreel, the son of Barzillai, the Mahalathite. And he gave them into the hands of the Gibeonites, and they hanged them on the mountain before the Lord. And the 7 of them perished together. They were put to death in the first days of the harvest, at the beginning of barley harvest. Then Rizpah, the daughter of Ai, took sackcloth and spread it for herself on the rock from the beginning of the harvest until rain fell upon them from the heavens. She did not allow birds of the air to come upon by day, or the beasts of the field by night. She protected their bodies because she wanted them to be honored. And David saw her honor. When David was told what Rizpah, the daughter of Ai, the concubine of Saul, had done, David went and took the bones of Saul and the bones of his son Jonathan from the men of Jabesh Gilead, who had stolen them from the public square of Bethshan, where the Philistines had hanged them on the day of the Philistines killed Saul of Gilboa. And he brought up from there the bones of Saul and the bones of his son Jonathan, and they gathered the bones of those who were hanged. And they buried all the bones of Saul and his son, Jonathan, in the land of Benjamin and Zelah, in the tomb of Kish his father. And they did all that the king commanded. And after that, God responded to the plea of the land. So it's a very important point to see that David saw Rizpah's honor, and it caused him to honor. Honor is kind of infectious. It's a domino effect. If people want to do it, if you do it, if you're honoring somebody, people want to honor the person that they respect, the way you're honoring the person that you respect. It's a chain reaction of sorts, where honor is kind of, people like to do it because they see you doing it. And it's important. when you're a leader, you should be honoring someone else than yourself. And they see that. And honor helps us stay humble as well. And so David saw the way Rizpah honored her family. She didn't just let them die. She didn't just let them hang and let the birds come. No, she shoot off the birds during the day and shoot off the animals during the night, the beasts during the night. And so it's important to know that when you see someone honoring someone, a lot of times it encourages you to honor the people that you love. And so read this last few verses here. There was again war between the Philistines and Israel, and David went down together with his servants, and they fought against the Philistines, and David grew tired, he grew weary. And Ishbi-Benob, the son and the descendants of the giants, whose spear weighed 300 shekels of bronze, and who was armed with a new sword, sought to kill David. He was about to kill him, but Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, came to his aid and attacked the Philistines and killed him. Then David's men swore to him, he said, "You shall no longer go out with us into battle, lest you quench the lamp of Israel." So here's the point where David was kind of back on track because he was going out to war. Remember the last time David did go out to war, he got in trouble with Bathsheba and caused all of this stuff that they're dealing with today. So he's fighting again with the men, which is a good point. But they're like, okay, you're going to stay home because you're getting old. After this, there was again war between the Philistines at Gob, and Sibekah, the Hushaite, struck down Saph, who was one of the descendants of the giants. Another person killed another giant, and there was again war with the Philistines at Gob, and Elhanan, the son of Jehoiakim, the Bethlehemite, struck down Goliath, the Gittite, and the shaft whose spear was like a weaver's beam. And that's another giant, the third giant, and the man of great stature, who had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in number, and he also was a descendant from the giants. And when he taunted Israel, Jonathan, the son of Shimei, David's brother, struck him down. These 4 were descendants from giants in Gath, and they all fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. We see here that they are no longer afraid to fight these giants because a long time ago, little David said, "I come to you in the name of the Lord," and kill Goliath. So once you kill that big giant in your life, you never know who's watching and who will be built in faith by watching you fight the battle, or watching the Lord fight the battle for you, I might say. Instead of you being defeated by sin, the Lord will defeat sin in your life, and you would encourage somebody else to believe that God can defeat sin in my life because of watching what the Lord has done for you. That's why it's important to tell your testimony. Let people know what the Lord has done for you. That was chapter 21 of the book of 2 Samuel. I pray in the name of Jesus that you're enjoying reading the Bible every day. It's a habit that we should have. It's a habit that we should enjoy. This should be every day of our lives, listening and hearing the voice of God speak to us each day. God bless you. Next time I see you, we'll be reading chapter 22 of the book of 2 Samuel. Peace.